Hello there. My name is Cheryl Force. Thanks for joining me today. I am super happy that you're curious about this topic. And I hope that you came here with a curiosity, maybe asking yourself the question, should this be something that you're regularly focusing on in your business? Now, I think you all probably know me well if you've come to one of my other classes before or spent any time with me. I've always looked at sharing the business with other people, opening the door and inviting them in, or referring other people into the business. We've had all kinds of language shifts over the years, so whatever you choose to call it. I've always seen it as yeah, you should do this for your business, right? And why wouldn't you share it with other people? But with all of the changes in our industry and with all of the shifts that we've all experienced, we're connecting with customers in a different way. We are selling product in a different way. We are expanding our audiences in a different way. And some people are choosing to do all of the new approaches, and some people are choosing to stay tried and true to in-person events or parties and dip their toe in the water of some of these other things. I'm not going to come to you today and say that your efforts in inviting other people into the business are going to be the exact same as they may have been years ago. And if you're coming to me saying, I'm asking the question, should I? Then I hope you're in a really good place, because if we figure this out together, then at the end of our time together, perhaps we've done some myth busting along the way. And we've maybe reset how you might be viewing this aspect of your business. So let me go ahead and share this slide deck so you have some visuals to share along with. But first, let's talk about this topic, the have to between the want to. Now, if you were one of those individuals in the past that very frequently brought people into the business, it may have been because you had certain financial goals that you wanted to reach, certain bonuses that you wanted to reach, right? There may have been the spectrum of maybe heavier on the financial gain and the spectrum of helping other people and all of the other cool things that can come along the way as a result of doing so. But if you were to look at your goals, sharing on a regular basis may have been considered a have to within your business. Now, there's been a shift within the pure romance community where people are saying more often than not, I really truly love the fact that I can focus on my personal business, and that is what I'm responsible for. And I don't have the added responsibility of maybe some of these additional ways to help other people or to grow or to maybe open the door to other people. It's not a have to. And guess what? It doesn't have to be a have to. It can be a want to, but in order for you to want to bring other people in the business, you might have to reset not only the way in which you're talking about the business, but how you're supporting people when they do decide to give pure romance a try on their own. So that's what I wanted to explore with you today in more in depth. Now, we know there's a residual ripple effect when people are inviting people into the business. And we know that people invite other people into the business for a myriad of reasons, and they can be very personal. Like I said, there's financial gain in the mix for some who do that on a regular basis. But if I take you back to when you first started doing your business, it was often your sheer enthusiasm, your passion for what you were doing, that success that you were finding on the way that made it incredibly natural for you to talk to other people about doing this as well. Now, if you're brand new with Pure Romance and you're like, I don't even know what referrals are, I don't even know if this should be for me, hang in there with me, because this discussion is also going to be for you as well. The reality of it is when you can have a group of like-minded people around you, people that are wanting to sell in a similar way, their goals can be their goals, right? It doesn't mean that everybody has to sell the exact same amount of product, but the one core true thing that remains consistent with all of them is they're selling product on a regular basis. That community can come with a lot of gains, right? There can be the connections that you have along the way. I just love the stories of people that, whether they were once connected in genealogy of meaning who referred who into the business, or just people that they've met at maybe meetings or events or online or in a Facebook group. Those connections can be invaluable. And they can grow to a point where you'll find people within the pure romance community talk about friendships they've really cultivated and nurtured along the way that really transcend the business, right? They reach far outside of the business. You have children that grow up knowing each other as a result, maybe partners and spouses knowing each other as a result. So there's that residual benefit, that ripple effect that can happen just outside of what we might have once considered a team dynamic. I know one thing's true for me, and you'll have to tell me if this is the same for you. Um, I know when I'm around driven people, I know when I'm around people that are pushing for similar things, that they have some goals in front of them, that they're passionate about what they do, they have a certain energy about them. That collaboration opportunity is invaluable for my success, my development, that motivation that fuels me when I get up in the morning and say, what am I going to do today? And why am I going to do it? And then lastly, purpose. We know, even though the topic of sex and sexuality and how it can impact relationships and what intimacy can look like for individuals, it has become more accepted than ever before. But I think we can all agree that even though it's more accepted, what we do at Pure Romance in terms of the information that we provide, the recommendations that we'll provide, the selling in an authentic way, easy for me to say, right? Authenticity, yes, it can be a buzzword out there. But when you have somebody that's well versed in the product line, they've got a lot of experience helping other customers, all of that data, right? All of those recommendations, all of those interactions, all of those connections, that allows you to help customers in a way that's just so much more rich than somebody just doing a search online and finding a product, adding it to their cart and checking out and hoping it's going to be the right one for them. So that purpose behind what we do, I think it's alive and well. I think it's needed more than ever before. We have so much kind of artificial connection in relationships these days, meaning there's people that only interact with each other on social. And those are not the same as that face-to-face connection we have with people. And if you think about relationships and the stress that many relationships are under, right? The stress that people are under, it really gives a purpose to what we do and why we do it. And like I said, in the collaboration environment, I truly believe the quality of my own life is often a reflection of who I put around me and the expectations they have for me. Now, even though in pure romance that everybody's an independent contractor, right? They're all independent business owners. They can choose to work extremely independently. They don't have to answer to each other. Accountability is a choice in those environments. Um, there is that residual effect of having a peer group that expects you to perform, expects you to show up in a certain way, and in a fun way, keeps you accountable to that. Um, I think if you contrast it with if you've ever been in an environment with people that are kind of Debbie Downers, right? And what that can do for your own motivation and your viewpoint on success and what you think is possible for you and how you want to live, you can tell there's a sharp difference between the two. So having a community of people around you, it almost makes it hard not to identify who might be the next great distributor around you, or maybe who might be an affiliate candidate. They are two very different things. We're gonna delve into the differences as well in that in a moment. But I'm a firm believer that whether it was 10, 20, 30 years ago, it is really hard for most people to share in a genuine way unless they're achieving some level of success. But I also know this to be true as well, that when I am achieving a level of success with the business, I'm excited about the business. I'm looking forward to things. I'm seeing the positive movement and things moving forward. When I'm out and about in my day-to-day life, I always will run across people where it just naturally pops into my head of like, ooh, this person would be great at the business, and here's why. Or, oh, she has that certain way about her that people would really connect with. It's almost natural for you to see the talent around you. And so I hope through this discussion that in the end, you'll become maybe more open to opening that door and saying, yeah, I do run into people on a pretty regular basis, and they would be great at this business. And maybe we should explore it together. I also think there's always strength in numbers. And this goes beyond obviously that community, that collaboration, that connection, right? We know there's a social proof component to what we do. We also know that when the overall brand identity of Pure Romance is incredibly well recognized in an area, doing business is actually easier. It doesn't create competition for you, it actually creates reinforcement. And so the more people that are out there advocating for Pure Romance, talking about products, giving positive product recommendations, there's strength in numbers. And if I look across Pure Romance, there have always been, and we would love to change this, parts of every country that we're in that are what we call wide open, meaning there really aren't distributors or affiliates there sharing products with people. And so we would love to improve those numbers because there's strength in those numbers of people really recognizing Pure Romance as a world-class brand. And how do we do that? Well, we have more people talking about the brand and talking about the benefit of the product. So there is absolutely strength in numbers. I absolutely loved this quote as we were really focusing on how do we add sharing back into a routine if you choose to do so. And this one's from Warren Buffett, and he said, surround yourself with people that push you to do better and to be better. The no drama and no negativity people, just higher quality goals, higher motivation, a good time, positive energy when you're around them, no jealousy or hate, simply grinding it out, the absolute best. They're really looking for the absolute best in each other. That kind of gives me goosebumps, right? If you describe that community, man, that can be really powerful. Can that be created by inviting other people in? Well, I think it can be if you're surrounding yourself with like-minded business builders. And if I had to be really pushed to say, what is one of the mistakes that maybe we made years ago? I don't know if I would have necessarily done it differently in the time, but if we say maybe time gives more wisdom and the shift in the industry is making us learn new things, this business isn't for everybody. Like, let that sink in. It's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to sell products exactly the same way that you do. Not everybody wants to talk about sex and sexuality. Not everybody is comfortable really having an open and non-judgmental conversation with a customer. They might not have the skill set or the level of comfort. Do I think a lot of it can be learned? Absolutely. But there's a certain mindset with a distributor, even on the affiliate side, an affiliate that's passionate enough about a product line to put it out there. So opening the door to all of the masses and just saying, everybody come in. I don't believe that's what you want to do for long-term success here. Did we do it at one point? Absolutely. We let everybody in, the floodgates came in, and there was good and bad in that, right? We had more people that were interested in talking about Pure Romance. That was awesome. But if you were one of those individuals that brought a high number of people in, it could have also come with the frustration, because I shared it as well, to see talent come in the door that they do absolutely nothing well with, right? Now, we can't control what people do at the business. And again, their goals are their goals. But I think we can come better at identifying what a like-minded business builder is. And some of the things that I looked at. Because if you bring in like-minded people, I believe that success is contagious, right? I believe who you surround yourself can impact your own results. I do think that you can be inspired by others, and that inspiration sparks motivation and continues to fuel motivation at those times where it's dipping even for yourself. It's those moments when you walk into an in-person event and you have a great party, right? Like you're just clicking, you clicked with the audience was really into it, you saw the positive results, you got the positive feedback. That makes you want to go out and do the next party. And when you're around people that are doing that with you and they're sharing those results with you, even if it wasn't your party last night, you can like connect with the fact of like, oh, I've had that feeling and I want to have that feeling again. I do think we learn a whole heck of a lot from other people that are doing the business. It is not a one size fits all business. And there are so many ways to find success that being able to tap into somebody else's mind and say, how are you doing it, is just incredible. Positively influencing each other is like, right? I don't even need to say any more about that. Um, there is a friendly competition and it should remain friendly within the business. And what I mean by that is just being able to see the examples of what's possible. The fact that we have not just one, but a couple people that are selling products at a personal $1 million level. But even if you move down from there to see how many people can sell $100,000 in products in a year, and then even moving down, how many can sell 50,000? And I'm, talking retail numbers here instead of net. Um, but it's also incredible to see a first year distributor come in and do 35,000, 36,000 in business and really make a difference in her own confidence, how she's helping people, and hopefully her bank account along the way. So I see that proof of what's possible. It does create some friendly competition because you're like, I want it too. And for those people that are defining what their next level of success is, no, it doesn't have to be 100,000, and no, it doesn't have to be $1 million. But where is their next benchmark and what's going to help them feel successful in the business? That friendly competition can spark some really positive growth for yourself and for others. Increased confidence. This is the one thing that I don't think we get enough credit for what we do. There isn't a individual within our business that when you have the conversation about how has this business changed you, I'm not talking financial here, although they're the gains, right, that so many of our people will point to. But put finance off to the side, put money off to the side, put bank accounts off to the side, put material things off to the side. I'm even going to put lifestyle off to the side. And I know lifestyle can be a big, broad discussion. But if you just think about things like confidence, skill set, belief in what's possible, how you navigate through the world, how you greet other people, dropping you into situations that you now don't even have to think twice about how you would handle, whereas maybe many years ago it would have been paralyzing for you. Whether it's somebody who's overcome social anxiety that was once so gripping that they didn't want to leave their house on a regular basis, to somebody that wouldn't make eye contact with somebody in the beginning. The increased confidence by seeing what other people are doing around them and what is happening for them, it is invaluable. I wish we could get credit for it. If you take away, I hope you take away a few things from me today, but if you can take away one thing today, I believe that increase in confidence is probably what doesn't get talked about enough with this business, because women are still starving for those environments. They typically do not find them in most corporate environments or most jobs. And it is something that makes this business incredibly special. And we need to get credit for it. I also believe that, hey, that supportive community around you when you need help, it is just remarkable. I look at women that have adopted children and they had their client bases just rally around them and do virtual baby showers for them, or women that have undergone years of infertility. And they'll have their client base, they'll be very open and share their journey with their client base, and you have people that come to the table and share their stories and their encouragement, and even customers that come back and say, yeah, look, you helped my relationship and I'm here to help you in any way I can. So I do think all boats rise together when it's like-minded, and I do think the business is special, and I don't think it's for everybody. So let's talk about some ways that you're going to attract talent, because this is really what this discussion is about. And attracting talent is not foolproof for any business, any corporation, any industry, right? There are always going to be people that come in through the door. They interview incredibly well, and for whatever reason, they don't follow through. But I do think there's some ways that you can talk about the business, you can present the business, and I also think there's some ways that you can qualify candidates in a different way. I think it's possible for a distributor to go out and find people that are unlike themselves, but more often than not, people are going to bring in who they naturally attract. So today, I want you to do your gut check and give yourself a little self-assessment. Are you feeling successful in your business right now? Are you doing your business consistently? Right? And it's not about, are you hitting the exact goals that you want to hit in the moment, but more, are you taking the regular actions? Because when you are, that's when I think you become your best talent scout. When you're not, you are likely going to attract maybe some needy people, some people that need too much from you, right? We've often talked about people expecting a really high level of support, almost bringing people into the business. For some, was draining at times because they felt like they needed to answer every single question and do every piece of support and give all of the recognition and all of the incentives and all of the things. And at the end of the day, they were so drained from helping the people that they had brought into the business that they had nothing left to do the business themselves. So here's your gut check. You got to be in the right mindset to be the talent scout, but you need to have your business in a decent place to really speak authentically about it. So just a gentle reminder, you are what you attract. So your attitude is going to attract like-minded people. So make sure your attitude's in the right place. Your background, right? We all resonate with people that maybe grew up in similar ways. Our values are a big part of it, right? What we hold important in the business, typically you'll find people that will resonate with that. If you think about the people at your in-person events, when you talk about certain aspects of relationship or how you live life or how you show up with people, you'll have those exchanges in the shopping room that resonated with them. Life expertise, right? Like what you've naturally come to learn. That's where those habits and that consistency comes into play. And then of course, leadership ability. And look, I know leadership within our environment, it kind of become a word that people aren't reaching for anymore. I'm a believer that a business owner, a business builder, somebody that is achieving a level of success, their level of success is absolutely a leader. Nobody's doing the business for you. Nobody's like knocking on your door going, you got a party, you got to leave right now. Like you have to lead yourself through this. And I think we can define what leading others looks like. So you feel that it's more of a fuel for you and not a drain for you. But in order to do so, I think we need to reset some of our language. So I do think, and my name is Cheryl Force, and I am guilty of saying some of these things as well. So if you accept it with me, we'll just walk together and say, okay, we both need to reset some language here. So here's some things you should avoid saying. I'll give you a replacement for it. Anyone can do this. Can anyone do this? That's probably not a true statement, is it, right? The fact of the matter is business isn't for everyone. Not everybody wants to sell product. Again, not everybody is comfortable talking about sex. Not everyone can be judgment free. Not everyone can create a space for people to have their own ideas and opinions and relationships and lifestyles. Some people come in so opinionated that it radiates off of them. This was an age-old, especially in our industry, the sky's the limit, right? The sky's the limit. And the fact of the matter has always been that your efforts can pay off with consistency. There is no point in our past or even in the here and now that you could just do a certain amount of work and live off of that same amount of work for the rest of your professional career. Just doesn't exist. And so, yes, I want to believe that people can perform and produce amazing things here in short periods of time, right? But sky's the limit probably needs to be struck from our language. Financial freedom. Truth be told, unless you become the multi-billionaire and you can buy small countries, the fact of the matter is financial freedom is probably something that we made the misstep on. I think you can make a real difference in your finances when you consistently work the business. I am still a firm, wholehearted believer in that. And I watch examples all around our community of people who have done amazing things for their financial future. But there's a difference in that from financial freedom. Unlimited income potential. Well, it's right up there with the sky's the limit and financial freedom, right? You do earn commissions based on what you sell. There is a direct correlation to what you do in the business and how you get paid. I've said this one, it's easy. Oh my gosh, this business is so easy. It does take effort and work, and I think we should own that. Now, here's where we get caught up in the love of what we do and the fun of what we do. When you're in the party presentation mode, right? For so many people, that is fun. You lose yourself in those moments and it doesn't feel like work. So I don't think anybody was trying to mislead somebody by saying, oh, it's super easy, right? It just doesn't feel like work for most people that do this, right? But the fact of the matter, especially when somebody's new, they do feel like a fish out of water and things do feel a bit harder. Look at it this way. Let's say for years you rolled an extremely consistent schedule with your business. And then for whatever reason, that consistency went away and you were in rebuild mode. The business feels harder right now for people because there's more people in a rebuild mode, right? But when you have that momentum flowing, it feels easier. And so let's just make sure that we let people know it takes effort and work. Like you got to come in here and put in the time, put in the consistency, and also be patient to give it time. No investment. Even though we have a no investment option for people to come in on the affiliate program, the fact of the matter is there is some investment required to somebody starting a business, even at the affiliate level. It may be time, right? It may be just her giving time to the business that she's not having to make major investments in product, right? She's not having to make major investments in tools. I think you can do the business smart, but the fact of the matter is there is time involved and time is an investment. You work when you want. Well, it's adaptable and flexible. It's different, right? Working when you want essentially means that you 100% can set your own schedule. And the fact of the matter is, I do believe you can control your own schedule. But if you want to do parties, if you want to do in-person events, or even if you want to be 100% a social seller, you've got to put the time on your schedule on a regular basis to support those habits. right? You are going to have to show up at a party at night sometimes when the rest of your friends and family are off having fun. So, is there a trade-off on that? Yes. And the profit that most people make is well worth that trade-off. When you're in that moment of making that decision, right, you have to decide whether the trade-off is enough or not. You have freedom, the freedom of being your own boss. While you work independently, you must commit to a strategy. And that's how I would reframe that. Does corporate dictate exactly what you do or don't do? Nope, you're an independent consultant. We can make recommendations on what we see works for other people. I don't see people become incredibly successful who aren't committed to a regular strategy and are willing to work that strategy for a while. So yeah, you got to tell yourself to go to work each day. So the freedom to be your own boss sounds really good. Having to work your business on a regular basis to achieve success, a more accurate statement. No risk really isn't 100% true. And here's why. We just established that even if it's just time, there's investment involved. So instead of no risk, I would say low risk. Right? I think that if somebody manages their business well, the risk can be incredibly low, but there is some risk there. There may be a time where you go out and you're going to sell a product and you don't win the sale. There's a little bit of risk. With confidence and consistency, the more people we get in front of, the more at-bats we have, the more opportunity we have to sell product. And that balances itself out to the point where the scale swings way far in the direction of selling more product than not. But there's some risk involved in there. There's also a little bit of risk in the fact that you're going to present a business to people, a product line to people, an opportunity to buy, and not everybody's going to be open to what we offer. So there's some risk involved in somebody saying no, somebody giving you an objection. I love this one. I'm not a salesperson. Okay, let's delve into this one a bit. There's a lot of people, and you can tell me if this describes you, that when they joined or started their business, they came in not because they were like, I'm a salesperson, I'm going to go sell products. Some do, right? Some absolutely had sales experience and they're like, I see the benefit here. But more often than not, people don't come to us because they want to start a sales company. The fact of the matter is, when you connect with helping people, the primary way that you generate revenue in this business is by doing what? Selling products. There is no way to generate profit here without selling products. So guess what? Let's embrace it. Sales is required. So are you a salesperson? You can choose to adopt the title or not, but the actions are a must on a regular basis in order to generate revenue in the business. And hopefully that is why you are here. And then I love this one. I'm guilty of this one too. Saying the products sell themselves. When was the last time somebody stormed your house, wanted to go through your inventory and just buy products because they knew you were a pure romance consultant? All right. Maybe close friends or family that know you have inventory on a regular basis want to raid your inventory. But the fact of the matter is, you have to be there to generate that genuine interest in our product line. And I don't care what type of audience you're in front of, it's a must. So the products don't actually sell themselves. And we all know the more adept you get at talking about products, the more products you're likely going to sell. So there's a skill set there. All right, so let's talk about some of the contrast. We'll do some myth busting here. I know many people saw themselves as team leaders in the past with Pure Romance, and I want to shift that more to a talent scout. Why is it different? Well, I'll go through it a little bit more in a moment, but this might not surprise you, especially if you have some Gen Zers in your world. But Gen Zers don't want a team leader, right? They want somebody that helps them identify their talents, helps them develop over time, and introduces them to opportunities where they can learn and they can have both that personal and professional growth. There's also a difference, a finding somebody and identifying how they might be able to be really great at this business, and then saying to them, oh, join my team and I'm going to help you every step of the way. There's a difference in that to saying, you know what, I see that you have that like sparkle, that connection, that ability to connect with people, that I think would make you a great distributor. Way different, right? And your offer is different. The first one was like, I'm going to help you every step of the way. So guess what? When you were feeling drained because you were helping everybody do their business and then you didn't have anything left to do your business, team leader, talent scout, bring them in, show them through the door. Let's help them get oriented to everything that we offer them. And then guess what happens? They got to take action. It's on them. It's not on you. So release the carrying their business for them. Let's talk about promoter versus personal use. There are people that naturally want to come in and promote products. Now, they might want to do it at an affiliate level. They might want to do it at a higher rate at that distributor level. The choice is theirs. But there is a vast difference from somebody who just wants to be a personal use individual to somebody who truly wants to promote products. If they just want personal use, keep them as your customer and treat them well over the years, and they will come back to you and they will buy over and over again. You're looking for promoters, not personal use people. And then distributor versus affiliate. They are two very different strategies of doing the business. They are not the same. They are not the same. And they are likely going to approach the business in a very different way. And they are likely going to get different results because of that. And they're likely going to be consistent in a different way. To leverage all of the benefits of the distributor side of the business, there really does need to be some consistency there. Now, if you are an individual that has been saying to yourself lately, Pure Romance doesn't care about the little business any longer, that is not true. Let's myth bust that. We are, though, going to be very upfront and say, if you want the power to buy like a wholesaler, if you want the power to have all of the things that the distributor side of the business opens up, you do need to be doing business on a regular basis. So there are monthly minimums, and there are things that you can lock as a result. And there are programs that are only offered to distributors. It is a special and unique side of the business. Not everybody wants to do business at that level. Does that mean we don't value the people who want to do less? Heck no. We would like everybody to talk about the product line, but we are going to honor the fact that there are different paths for people to interact with the brand, and we're not going to lump them together. So I invite you to learn how to become very intentional with what is the difference of the affiliate way of navigating through the business and the distributor side of the business. I'm going to go through some differences in a moment as well. We'll delve into this even more and define it. But please, 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 don't just put people in the affiliate side of the business when they really want to be a distributor. And I understand affiliate can be a stepping stone for somebody to become a distributor, but let them prove that to themselves. When they're an affiliate and they're selling product and winning orders on a regular basis, absolutely, then we can tap her on the shoulder and say, hey, have you thought about becoming a distributor? But if somebody comes to you and says, I really want to be a distributor, but I don't have the money for the pack right now, so I'm just going to become an affiliate, but train me to be a distributor, they're two different things. Two different things. All right. And then affiliate versus social seller. These are not one and the same. I've heard so many people within our community be like, well, I don't want to sell on TikTok, so I'm not going to use the affiliate program. Somebody who wants to have an incredibly consistent social selling presence, not just on TikTok, but on Insta, on Facebook, every social platform that they're reaching out there, is actually a very different seller than an affiliate. Can a social seller utilize the affiliate program to deliver product? Absolutely, and many do. But we have to honor the fact that there are some people that will fall in love with two, three, four, five products in the product line, and they're willing to share their love for those products. They're probably not going to be ordering or winning 5 to 10 orders a day, right? They might not even be doing that a month, but they like the brand. They want to share it occasionally. They like getting some commission from sharing it with their friends and whatever platform they want to share it on. But just because they're in the affiliate program doesn't mean that you're going to be like, okay, let's get you stood up on TikTok and let's get you doing TikTok videos because that's how you're going to win as an affiliate. That may not be her story. There's going to be some different ways that she can navigate through that. So if you've been thinking affiliate equals social seller, let's disconnect the two of those. Remember, social seller can use the program. Affiliate can become a social seller, but they don't have to be one and the same. So let's talk about referring in today's environment, because like I said at the top of this, there have been some changes in our industry. I know that some of you are navigating through that. Oh, is it an MLM, and getting some backlash from that still. And look, whether it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago or 5 years ago, we've always cycled through some level of that backlash. I think the MLM label, um, it's not really funny to me, but it's interesting to me in this sense. I believe more people are open to selling product than ever before. I mean, if you go through any of your social feeds, it is hard not to swipe one or two times and have something show up in your feed where somebody is selling you something. So I actually think our business as a whole has become more accepted. We get backlash for a couple reasons. And even though Pure Romance has stepped out of the MLM world, we still get labeled as an MLM company just because some people don't understand what we do and how we do it. The major backlash was companies that were signing everybody or having large influx of people joining. They didn't sell any product and they were like, I didn't make any money. This thing's a hoax. It doesn't work. And don't believe what they say. Now, did that mean that those companies, much like Pure Romance, didn't have people that were selling a lot of product and therefore making money? No, there were those examples. But did it happen for everybody? No, didn't happen for everybody. And even in today's world, you're going to have people that join that don't sell product. It's up to them what they do with the business when they come in. And then when it came to override plans or a multi-level pay plan, every company had people that sat at the top of those chains that were not very engaged in the business, that did collect huge overrides. Was that everybody's story? No, it wasn't everybody's story. And every company had those people. So there's probably going to be a number of years where we'll still have to work to shake the label, but there's definitely some things that are emerging, especially with young millennials and Gen Zers. It is not that they do not want a sales focused business. There are some things that they don't want that come with a modern version of it. So I want you to look at it this way. They want what's in the package. They want the professional development. They want the personal development. They want an ability to connect. They want an ability to build new skill set. They want an ability to make money, right? They want to be able to align with a brand that's responsible, that provides great products, right? Something that they can get behind. But they don't want all the wrapping and the ribbon and the bows and all of the things that have been layered into our industry over many, many years. So if you found that you've even had to kind of let go of some of the old things that you came to maybe value and love, just know that it's not just here at Pure Romance, it's very much as an industry as a whole. And it's honestly the up and coming individuals, the next wave of people that are probably going to support our businesses. that are telling us that they don't want it. So am I telling you you're old school? Well, sister friend, I've been old school as well in some of the things, and I'm having to learn some new things, and I'm having to let go of some of the old things that we reached for. Um, I want you to think about, gosh, that years ago, we were never really the tiara company, but like people wanted us to do sashes and the big like pomp and circumstance productions and all of these things that built the excitement. And people will say to us to this day, like, I miss all that excitement. And the fact of the matter is, when you strip away all of that wrapping paper and all of the ribbons, what most of you all value is what's at the core. So, young millennials and Gen Zers will value those same things. So, let's do a comparison. Young millennials and Gen Zers do not want a team leader. I know. Well, if you have Gen Zers in your world, you know they actually want to be the leader right out of the gates, but they don't want a team leader. They don't want somebody. Yeah, the idea of like join my team and I'll be your team leader. Like they're allergic to it. What they do want is a helpful guide, ideally a human, right, not a bot, or somebody that they could develop a mentorship relationship with over time. So they do want guidance, they just don't want the old school version of team leader. They're very, very tuned into hidden costs or fees. So if you say to a Gen Zer, there's no investment, and then you turn around and you say, oh, by the way, if you want to use Pure Shop after your free trial, there's a monthly fee associated to that. That's going to trigger them right there. So be really upfront with upfront terms and clear costs, right? There is an investment to doing business. And so be upfront with that. You are going to use gas to drive to a party. There is going to be some postage involved when you're delivering products. Like, yes, we can teach you how to do it in an economical way, but there are going to be some costs associated with this. Team meetings. The idea of the old team meeting, like the regular, some committees did them weekly. Many people around Pure Romance version did them monthly. They're not necessarily wanting team meetings, but they do want some quick access to training. And they want a human to ask questions. So what you'll find often, especially with Gen Zers, is they'll go and watch the quick video. And if they still have questions, then they'll come to you. Which is cool. They're probably not going to show up in a meeting space on a very regular basis. I kind of already touched on this one, but think about trophies, sashes, traditional recognition. The younger group that's coming up, they want more of the experiences they can share. So think about being in Cancun and being able to grab the selfie photo of you in a beautiful location and popping that experience on social. They're going to value that way more than putting a sash on. As a matter of fact, they probably won't even know what a sash is. 84% of Gen Zers worry about failure or not having the skill set that they need in order to succeed. And so where we can come in is give them the reassurance that they can develop the skills, and that learning here is key, that we're all still learning together, and that is valued to a high level here. So 84% believe they don't have the skills. So if you think about it, Gen Zers know that they rely on this, right, for much of their communication, and it's happening in text messages. So when you say to them, hey, you have the opportunity to do a party presentation, that might scare the crap out of them, like you've asked them to maybe join the debate club or to do their oral report. The fact of the matter is they're not opposed to learning that skill set. They just need some reassurance along the way that the fact that they can learn. And so that's you tapping into what you've learned over the years and giving them reassurance of like, hey, I didn't know how to do this either. And I learned it, and here's how, and here's some ways that you can too. Fake claims or brands that lack authenticity. That is a big one. Gen Zers and young millennials want to align with a brand that they can get behind. They want authenticity from that brand. They don't want just the tagline, the brand story, the product story, without that being fully conceived, and without there being a mission, like a true mission. They want to have confidence in the product. I believe here, especially within our product category, our products are quality. We can stand behind them. We've got a lot of longevity within our business. And it is mind-boggling to me what I see maybe others promoting out there. I would be embarrassed by some of the quality that's being put out there. So I think we're in a really good place for people to align with our brand because it's quality. The young millennials, the Gen Zers, don't necessarily want a do-it-yourself plan. Some of us came into the business and we're like, we'll teach ourselves how to do it and just figure it out. That might actually be your story. They want more of a road map they can follow. So they don't need every step spelled out for them, but they need a couple of examples of, like, if you sell this, this is what it can mean for you. I'm going to give you a couple of those examples today. They don't want anything that's complicated or confusing, so keep the business super simple and super easy to follow instructions. They'll tap into a 2-minute video, long format. If they see value in it, they'll show up in that. But if it's confusing and looks like chutes and ladders, they'll dip out. They won't even engage in it. And then endless work hours, or a real huge focus on the hustle culture. If we can learn anything from these generations, they know that time is their biggest commodity, and they will need some help winning business in as little time as possible. So if you think about what the benefit is in our business, that is a huge win for us, because we absolutely do see people come in, and when they work their business smart, they can have some pretty high results without endless hours doing the business. So that is actually a benefit that we already have. We just need to put it in front of them. So let's delve into a potential distributor. This is where I'm going to start contrasting what the difference between a distributor and an affiliate might be, because I know that might be a little muddied for you. Being a distributor, it truly is a strategic choice for entrepreneurs who want to leverage all that Pure Romance has to offer. They're looking for a global brand in most cases. They want a longevity player. Remember, they want that authenticity. And with that commitment of promoting the superior products, they know that they're representing a brand that they can be proud of, right? Distributorship is for business builders. It is likely not going to be the place, especially because of the monthly minimums, where people are going to camp out and just sell a product every few months. You just don't get the benefits of the plan. So what are some things that you can look for in distributors? What are the distinctions? Very much that entrepreneur mindset. That's the one thing that I will say to you about Gen Zers are incredibly open to the entrepreneur mindset. In a survey where they really delved into what they thought about sales-based organizations like Pure Romance, they're jazzed by them. They see the fact that they can reach an audience. Remember, they've done a lot of their communication on this. They don't know life without this, right? So it's super natural for them to make the connection, to be like, oh yeah, I can see when you connect with people and you've got something great to put out there, I can be an entrepreneur, and they're open to it. Driven, with a strong work ethic, business-minded, excellent communication skills, right? Granted, they can learn more over time, but that ability to put themselves in front of people, absolutely. Salesmanship and a desire to share. Yes, this is a sales-based company. Let's own it. Empathy and sensitivity, right? We're dealing with an incredibly sensitive topic. Many are very open to coming to the table, but with every group that we deal with, trauma pops up in it, misinformation pops up in it, right? Relationship issues pop up, different lifestyles, and we want people that will create that safe space for those people to show up in. Networking and connection ability is great if they already have a network around them right now. A desire to learn. Remember, learning is key around here. And then adaptability. And then, of course, ethics and integrity. We want to make sure that if they're taking people's money, that they're delivering product. The other thing that is an absolute must is that a distributor should connect with at least one of these ways of selling, if not more. Now, it does not mean that every distributor has to do every single one of these things, right? So yes, we have distributors that are still finding their happy place at parties or events or presentations. They're following that up with person-to-person selling as well. Some are gauging their level of interaction on social selling, but not everybody is choosing to try to be the TikTok star. Some are using affiliate marketing as a major strategy in their business. Some are using it just to fulfill those occasional orders that may have once rolled through their personal website. And then, of course, reorders and replenishments. Hopefully, that's part of most people's activities so that you win a customer for life. But I know I've had people that have said to me directly, and I got this at the Global Summit recently, like, oh, you want everybody to sell socially because that's all you're talking about lately. And I, I know we have to be careful of where we shine the light. We haven't shined the light of bringing other people into the business in quite some time. So there was the belief of, oh, well, we just don't bring people into the business. We didn't want to be pushy with it. We wanted it for you to have a choice. I also feel like we're in a position where, although we can perfect some things, so many of you are so well versed in holding parties that I don't need to do as much focus there and I don't need to do as much training. That might be a myth that I have to bust in my own mind. Social selling was getting a lot of focus and people are looking at expanding their capacity. How do I make more money with the business? And so those individuals that want to promote on all of those levels, they were asking, how do I social sell? How do I build a bigger network? How do I open myself to meeting new customers? So we do not have a strong opinion here whether you choose one, two, or all of these approaches. We do think it's still going to be beneficial for you to pick the ones that you're going to commit to and do them on a what? You know the word, a consistent basis, right? Absolutely. And if you choose to weave in and out of the other ones, that is your choice. It's not a have to. So we don't honor more one over the other. I'll have my old school version of myself come to the table and say, I know that when you all get in front of people in an in-person event, that you can do some amazing things. But I know some distributors that just don't want to do it, and that's okay too. So pick the one, but a potential distributor should at least pick one, if not a couple of those in which they see themselves selling. If they don't see themselves selling, guess what? They're not a potential candidate for a distributor. That's a personal use person. Keep them as a customer. Okay, so let's talk about some examples. I told you Gen Zers like to know, like, hey, if you do this, then this potentially could happen. As with all of our examples, I'm not going to go through all of the nitty gritty, every last expense. We're going to talk gross profit because this is your business and you're controlling your expenses depending on how you deliver product. I used a $750 party average here, so not pie in the sky. The thing that is still amazing about Pure Romance for those that are doing in-person events and party averages are continuing to be, for those people that are great at what they do, incredibly high. Had a couple conversations very recently with somebody that went in and did a $2,500 party, and they were disappointed it wasn't over $3,000, right? So we come to expect that when we get in front of an audience, we'll sell a lot of product. But in these examples, I just use a $750 party, which I think is reasonable. At a 50% buying discount, I just gave you $375 as profit. We believe on the distributor side, you should be striving to do at least 4 in-person events a month. Yes. Can you socially sell as a distributor only? Absolutely, you can. I think the combination of distributors will give you the consistencies in sales that any of those minimums you don't have to worry about. I'm going to call this affiliate orders. Some of you are going to call it outside orders, but this is either the residual business or what you're trying to pull from social if you're choosing to do business there, or reorders or replenishment from your customers. So think 4 orders a week or a total of 16 orders a month, giving you a retail, these are all retail numbers, of 1,600. Your commission on that at a 30% would be $480. $1,500 if you're doing 4 parties, 480 if you're getting 16 orders in a month, gives you just shy of 2,000 in gross profit for the month. And it's not a lot of business, you got a lot of free time on your hands, but $2,000 a month is probably where a lot of people would be like, oh, whoa, that's more than walking around money, and that's really going to help me. So let's just recap. We do believe distributors are likely carrying inventory. They are likely leveraging multiple ways to sell. So parties, social selling, affiliate, right? Replenishment, combination of the ones that they choose. They are got regular orders flowing, so they're not worried about monthly minimums. And they're also driving enough volume if they are choosing to deliver product directly through customers, and you would normally do that with parties. They're running enough volume that they don't have to worry about a $200 minimum net order on the online office, right? If you get the one-off occasional order, they may run it through their affiliate link and not touch the product and let the company do that for them. I know some of you are going to be like, well, there's a shift in profit between an affiliate order and something I deliver directly. Yes, there is, but there's a change in business expenses that go along with it. So as a business owner, you need to weigh both of those and say, what is my best tool for me to use in the here and now? So that's distributor. Let's talk about potential affiliates. An affiliate is going to be a user, hopefully already a user, and a lover of the products, right? Can you find affiliates will join the program having never tried a product? Yeah, it can happen. Will they be more successful if they try the products, and therefore they can speak to their recommendations in an authentic way? Yes, right? So I believe their ability to share, their willingness to share, how natural sharing comes is way better if they're a user of the products. They're motivated and adaptable. They're curious, right? They're going to seek information. They're probably not going to be looking for a lot of training in the beginning. These are the people that will hit the ground running, share an affiliate link with close friends and family right out of the gate. And if they are in an environment where they already have a social platform, then they may share it out there right away as well. They appreciate the benefits of education and sexual health, right? They get what we do and they want to help us get to more people in what we do. And they may already have an audience that they're talking to on a regular basis, or they have an incredibly strong desire to build an audience and they want something to focus on to help them build. They're looking for their niche, if you will, on social. Affiliates should connect with one or more ways on how you would share product information or get in front of an audience. So you might find some affiliates out of the gate already have blogs that they're doing on a regular basis, or video blogs, or perhaps a podcast they're supporting. They may already have their own website or will show up on websites and promote products. They might be more committed to text marketing or email marketing. They might have a social media presence. Remember, affiliate doesn't mean that they're a social seller. It could mean, right? So some might already have a social media presence and immediately know they're going to sell products there. Some affiliates might say, I got a network of friends and I'm going to share product information with my friends. And they might not be very public on social with it. And then some maybe are running a YouTube channel or running some content and something similar to that. They can pick one, they can do them all, just like a distributor. And I don't think there's any one way or the other way. Those affiliates that we're seeing come in without an investment, who have never tried product, are not doing a whole heck of a lot with the business. insert shock face right here, right? So if you can get them to try products, then absolutely. I'm going to give you a similar example, but you see with this one, I just removed the party component to it. So they're only going to be sharing affiliate links and they are not going to be carrying inventory. And therefore they are likely not going to place orders on the online office because a $200 net minimum would probably not align with how they're doing business. But I do believe that affiliates can have some regular orders that run through their account depending on how they want to share. I gave you the 4 orders per week or 16 orders total in the month. Again, that $1,600 retail flowing through their account with a commission rate at giving you about $480. Now, I'm going to go back to Gen Zers for a moment. When you're making an income claim to a Gen Zer, numbers matter. And this may go back to maybe what you wanted to do in the business initially as well. And what I mean by that is if you say to a Gen Zer, you can make thousands a month doing this business, they're probably going to think it's a scam and they're probably not going to believe you. But if you tell them, hey, if you get like 3 or 4 orders over like the course of the month, it's conceivable you could earn $100 in commission. They'll be like, game on, just a few orders. I got that. So you need to make the numbers attainable for Gen Zers, right? And I know we like to talk about like the big, huge numbers, sell $1 million in products. And this is what happens. But again, being authentic and how we're sharing the business, not everybody does that. So speaking numbers, and the reason why I said it might tie to what you originally wanted to do with the business, so many of you joined because you want an extra $100 a month or $150 a month. Some of you said, I was going to be happy if I got an order in the beginning and I knew maybe I might have $30 in profit, right? So just kind of scale back to when you first joined the business and keep those examples within line. All right, so let's talk about the offer. I think this is always interesting, especially when we talk about explaining the business and how it works to other people. People say to me all the time, like, I just don't know how to sponsor. I don't know how to explain the business. And I'm like, but you do the business, so you know how the business works, right? So I would say let go of like the script and the social post and all of that, and just put yourself in the position that just like you would give a product recommendation to a customer, you're literally giving a path recommendation from somebody who may be interested in interacting with the brand in the way that she wants, right? So just draw on what you know to be true about the business. Distributor side, likely having inventory, likely placing larger orders on a regular basis, likely wanting to build a larger customer base, likely wants to go after higher income goals and sell in multiple ways. Affiliate, dip my toe in the water, share an occasional affiliate link, right? Get myself out there, maybe make a little commission along the way. Might even support her own product habit because those commissions might turn around and just buy more Pure Romance products, right? So I just want you to tap into what you already know to be true. And there doesn't have to be any major scripting around it, right? You just speak from your experience, but embrace this. The business doesn't have to be for everybody. And it's okay to have a conversation with somebody and be like, doesn't seem like right now you fit into one of these categories. So let's delve into the offer itself. So just as a refresher, we do have the affiliate option. There is no purchase necessary to enter into that. You get a 20% commission rate on all affiliate orders. You do have access to a 20% buying discount in the off chance that that individual wanted to go to the online office and place a $200 net order. She could do so with a 20% buying discount. Probably not going to be the case, but we're just keeping access consistent for everybody. Next level up, Affiliate Plus. Remember I said people that have product or they've tried product are way more successful right now in the affiliate side of the business. This is a great way for that person to come in as an affiliate plus, get that 30% commission rate on affiliate orders. Yes, she also gets a 30% buying discount in the off chance that she places an order on the online office. Probably not going to be her focus, but the option is there. She needs to buy an affiliate pack in order to join as an affiliate plus and get that bump in commission rate and get some product in her hand that she can try if she hasn't yet tried Pure Romance products. And then, of course, distributor, that 50% buying discount, that is probably where people are leveraging most of their product sales. They still get that 30% commission for affiliate orders. So for replenishment, social selling, any of those places where you want to be hands off. And yes, it does require a distributor pack purchase. Now, with each step up in one of these paths to interacting with Pure Romance, it does unlock certain benefits. Distributor, you get it all, right? You get unlimited benefits of what is offered in the current pay plan right now. So nothing is restricted. Affiliate Plus, there are a few things that are restricted, like you're not eligible for rev share bonuses. You're not eligible for referral bonuses, right? You don't get full access to the pay plan. And then when you step down to affiliate, there's a few other things that drop out there as well. So this is where I think it becomes important that some people were like, oh, don't have the money for a pack? No worries. Just join as an affiliate. You'll start with a 20%, and then we can move you up to distributor later. Just understand her experience with this is going to be very different. Can she do that? And can she earn profit through that affiliate program to purchase a pack? Yeah, she could, but that's probably not going to be your main sales pitch. So I think you're selling in an old school way that you need to wipe the slate clean. The distributor doesn't necessarily go into the affiliate path. Okay. And so I think we've muddied the waters there a bit because of how we're used to bringing people into the business. So I'd refrain from that. If you have a distributor that really is interested and needs to go out there and earn the money to start the business, work with her. Show her some ways that she can get out there and earn that money. It might be coming through the affiliate program, but that should be the exception, not the norm. So let's talk about qualifying a candidate really quick. This is where I want you to be selective. Remember, I said the business isn't for everybody. And I want you to also be considerate with the information that she's giving. Remember that list of don't say this, but say this instead. And I want you to be direct, right? It is okay to say to somebody, the business might not be right for you right now. That's okay. And I think that's the difference between you feeling like you have to bring people into the business to wanting to bring people into the business. Is there a benefit for you to do so? Yes, we've gone through a lot of those benefits, but when it's a have to, you'll bring everybody in. As long as they have a pulse, they look like they're breathing, bring them on in and see what happens. I want you to wipe that slate clean and say, I'm going to be a bit more discerning. I'm going to be a bit more selective. I want to protect the brand, and people that are representing as a distributor, they're representing well. And the people that are representing as an affiliate, they get what we do and they want to share product information. So what are some of the things that you can ask to qualify a candidate? Things like, why would you like to start a Pure Romance business? That's an age-old question that we've always asked, but it's going to give you a lot of insight to which path might be right for her. What are your monthly income or revenue goals? Like, what do you want to do with the business, right? How do you see yourself promoting products? Do you see yourself doing parties or in-person events? Do you plan to promote online? Do you have a social following? And what does that look like right now? Have you promoted products before? And in what way did you promote those products? The answers to those questions are going to give you a lot of insight of, I see myself doing parties. Okay, great. How many? I like to do 5 or 6 a month. Awesome. What is she? Likely a distributor, right? Have no interest in doing parties. Want to share products with my friends occasionally. Affiliate, right? You guys are following me on this, okay? So Those questions are going to help you give the recommendation of what path you think is best for that individual right now. How about what amount of time can you dedicate to building, right? I don't know. I mean, just like a few minutes a day, affiliate. Well, I mean, I can give a few hours a week, probably more on the distributor side. The tipping point is going to be, how does she see herself selling? So where do you see yourself excelling most with what we do, right? So again, it's a clarifying question. It asks her in a different way how she is likely going to share product, but it also taps into what she might already possess in skill set and how she sees herself using that. Where do you think you need the most training or help, right? That's going to give you some insight on, like, do we have what she needs in order to help her move forward? And how quickly do you want to get started, right? So just clarifying question of where she is in that decision-making process. Again, don't sign everybody. You don't have to. And it is okay to say, hey, I don't know if this is right for you. And these are some of the things that you want to tune into to make that distinction. The people who say to you, I just want to buy products with a discount. I mean, you're just inviting your customer to come in and you're losing your customer. So keep her as a customer. I don't want to sell. There's no benefit here unless you're willing to promote products in some way, shape, or form. I want to sell some of the time. That's fine if you want to be over on the affiliate side, right? She could do the product some of the time. But if she's a distributor, we know that consistency is going to play into her success. I have no interest in training. On the distributor side, we really want people who are well versed in product information, can give good product information, whether they're on social, in a party, they're representing you and the brand incredibly well. And I've done this before and it didn't work. I would probe here a little bit more. Exactly what did she do? Why didn't it work? It doesn't mean that pure romance won't work for her, but her answer to that question and probing a little bit more right there would give you the path for where you may direct her. So let's talk about how you guide a candidate. I want you to wipe from your consistent behavior the generic social post that you see everybody doing out there in the world to invite somebody to join a business. And here's why. If I were to say to you, I'm going to give you an image of a product, and that is how you're going to sell this product on social from, just tell me you're a social seller for this 1 month, right? Just go with me on this. And the only way you're going to sell that product on social is just post this image. Could be in your VIP group, could be on, like, you do a little TikTok, right, with that image, post it on Instagram. Do you think that you would be successful? Now, some of you are like, oh, I might get a few orders from it. What if I told you, I want you to do a video, or I want you to go live and I want you to talk about that product? What are your results going to be? Image, talk about the product. Talk about the product. It's going to win way more sales over and over again. So please answer this question for me, because it's one that I ask myself all the time. Why do we think we're going to share the business opportunity or bring people in the business with a single static post that just says, here's what's happening at Pure Romance right now, please join us? Yeah, aha moment, huh? But when was the last time that you went live and you talked about the changes in who you are as a result of running your own business? Or when was the last time you went live and was like, oh my gosh, I just had this experience with a customer. I'm not going to mention her name, but I'm going to tell you the impact that this had for her and why I love what I do. It doesn't need to be a hard sell, but I think you need to get the special nature, the special components out there into the world on social. If you're a distributor selling more person to person or at parties, I think that's really where you become a great talent scout. They've walked in the room, they've shown they've had a desire, they like our products. So I want you to reach for things like looking at people and saying, I see you have this quality, or I see you have this skill, or I see you have this great way to connect with people. and show her why that might help her in this business. Or things like, you've promoted products for me for years by referring people to my business. Like, is it time to think about doing this now that we have multiple ways for you to interact with the brand? Please stop spamming people. Please, please, please stop spamming people. Stop doing that predatory version of talent recruiting out there, right? People can smell it a million miles away. I think it's what's given some businesses in this industry a really bad name. Stop spamming. Not everybody is going to be a great sponsoring lead for you or referral lead. Keep your customers as customers. Don't bring everybody in. Be accurate and direct with what it takes to succeed. Like, really let people like know what it looks like behind the curtain, and stop making it out to be too good to be true. Because the fact of the matter is, nothing is, right? There are probably aspects, even though you love your business, there's probably some things you don't really love doing. And there's probably things that you love doing more. Own that. Might not be the same for that other person, but at least you're being upfront and saying, there's good and bad to everything. It can't be 100% nirvana across the board. And then again, no, it's okay to say this might or might not be right for you, right? Be discerning, be selective. So let me quickly take you through the join process, because this is really super easy. We've made it simple. Whether they're joining as an affiliate, affiliate plus, or a distributor, you're going to want to go into your affiliate account and create a link that lands people on the join page of the website, right? Just like you would share a product link, you can do so for the join page. On that join page, they're going to pick the path that's right for them: affiliate, affiliate plus, or distributor. No matter which one they pick, they are going to check out just like they're placing an order. So affiliate has no cost associated to it, but she's still going to go through the checkout process. Affiliate plus and distributor, obviously there are packs and product associated with that. So she'll check out, put in a payment option, and go through her thing. Affiliates will receive an email in about 48 hours from the time they join, give or take, and they'll get an email to activate their impact account. It does take about 48 hours. Some come faster, but if somebody's like, I signed, now what happens? Give it a little bit of time. And then distributors are going to start receiving the email journey that they've recently created. It is some fast and furious email messages, but just let her know, like, keep those in your inbox, review them as you go through. There's a lot of important information in there. And literally it walks her through what she needs to do to log into the online office and create her impact account and all the things. We still have a team here that works directly with anybody that's new, that's joined with Pure Romance. So yes, that support is still here. Now let's talk about supporting a new distributor. We have more information on this, but I'm just going to give you the broad strokes here. You do not have to do the heavy lift. Pure Romance will work alongside of you to help onboard people. But you can do some things like offering shadowing opportunities for her to attend a party with you, check in with that person from time to time and see how they're doing, offer to collaborate, maybe do some work sessions. If you're doing some work on your business, invite them to come in and work alongside of you. Help by commenting on their social if they're a social seller, right? Follow their content, encourage their content. Encourage them to engage in our trainings and support. And then, of course, working on projects together. You guys are creating a community, so you can do that. Supporting an affiliate. You do need to know the information that is supplied to an affiliate is different than a distributor, because what did I say? A distributor is different than an affiliate. They're going to do the business a different way. So affiliate's going to get very basic information, but it's going to encourage them to log into their impact account, enter their bank account information, enter their W-9 information or their W-8 information if they're in a different country, verify their identity, and then start sharing affiliate links. Yes, there's an affiliate YouTube channel. Yes, there's an affiliate Facebook group if people want to go full in, but you will find with most affiliate programs that they're literally just going to give the surface, right? Literally just going to give surface information, and most affiliates will get themselves up and running. Okay, so before I leave you, Yes, there is financial gain for you to help other people launch their own businesses. So, just a reminder, you have the distributor referral bonuses for bringing in distributors, and you have referral bonuses when you actually invite affiliates to come in, and each of these individuals need to sell product in order for there to be any bonuses there. This just gives you some broad strokes and what might be on the table for you. So in this example, I said you brought in 5 new distributors. They did 1,500 in monthly net sales. Remember, distributors are like you. They're selling product on a regular basis. So this is not a pie in the sky example. I worked out the bonuses for you. So that's which is 5 people, potentially an additional almost $9,000 in a year. Yes, they're consistent, but remember, you're bringing people in with that eye to be consistent in the business. And then on the other side, I said you brought in 10 new affiliates. They did about 800 monthly net. So they were producing affiliates that brought you almost $5,000 annually if they did that consistently over a year. Look, there's real money on the table for you. So whether you choose to open the door to other people because there's gain for you, money sitting on the table, that's one reason. But I know that for those of you that want to share on a consistent basis, and you could just see I jumped the example up, 12 new distributors and 24 distributors, or 24 new affiliates. I mean, that's an extra almost $3,400 a month in profit rolling in. So look, there's money on the table if you're missing that opportunity to have that income rolling in. It's potentially there, but there's always all of those other reasons we talked about to share. So I hope we did some myth busting. I hope we reset how you're going to position the offer out there. I hope this gave you renewed confidence and you may decide, yeah, I want to do this. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining.